Lemonada. So, Parkinson's is a motherfucker.
Same with dementia, baby. Same with dementia.
Oh, my God. It is. I hate it.
Stephanie Wittels Wachs is a well-known name around here. Steph co-founded Lemonada Media and hosts the popular show Last Day about all the sad stuff that brings us together. She's also a mom of two and one of the primary caregivers to her dad, Ellison, who has Parkinson's. Caregiving is, no surprises here, hard work. And it's universal. At some point in each one of our lives, we're going to need care. Or we'll have to take care of someone else. Did you know that in the U.S., at least 53 million people provide unpaid care every day? 53 million. And when caregiving is unpaid and unexpected, it can throw us off balance and force us to rethink everything we have going on. Family, friends, work, finances, the medical system, all of it. But caring is also joyful, and I should know. I'm Yvette Nicole Brown, writer, producer, actress on screen, and even on Broadway for a hot workshop second. I'm also the host of this series, Squeezed. Now, you might know me from a little show called Community, where I played busybody Shirley Bennett for 5 seasons.
We're sorry we embarrassed you and looked at your prophylactic equipment. Your lifestyle mistakes are none of our business.
Oh, thanks, Shirley.
But what you might not know about me is that I'm a full-time caregiver for my dad, Omar. He has Alzheimer's, and he's a big part of why I chose to host this series. In 2012, I was back home in Cleveland visiting my family. We were at my Aunt Mickey's house cooking dinner, and my dad was driving to meet us. I remember him calling me saying, "Yvette, I don't know where I am or where I'm going." He sounded really confused. Dad had gotten lost on the way over, even though he had been making that same drive for decades. I knew something was going on with him that he couldn't control. So I told myself that as soon as I got a break from Community, I was going to go home and get my dad. About a year later, after Community's cancellation, well, exactly 3 days after Community's cancellation, I found myself back in Cleveland packing up his apartment to move him out to Los Angeles to live with me. I'll never forget how weary and frail and small he looked when I first got there. His hair and beard were so overgrown, he looked like Father Time from the old Rankin and Bass Christmas cartoons. Seeing him like that broke my heart, but I knew it was going to get better. I recently celebrated 10 years of looking after my dad full-time. I say celebrated because it's truly been a gift to be able to be there for him the way he was for me when I was a kid. And we have fun. But that doesn't mean that I don't have those moments where I want to wrap myself up in a big blanket, put on my bonnet for the night, and be responsible for absolutely no one else for 5 days at the very least. In this series, I'll be speaking with caregivers across the country, like me and you, or future you, about the dramatic and also very normal moments we experience every day while caring for our loved ones.
How do I love this as much as I do and give it the passion that I want to give it while still not neglecting the rest of my life?
My mom doesn't need me to be running around and creating all the things. My mom actually needs me to be sitting next to her and holding her hand.
I miss you too.
There are jokes, there is laughter, there's beauty, there's joy, there's also sadness and tears, but there's also like awe.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
At the end of the tunnel.
But we hope it's not an oncoming train.
No, I know it's not an oncoming train.
This is Squeezed. I'm your host, Yvette Nicole Brown. Episode 1, Meet Steph.
Okay, what did we just do?
We hiked
How far?
4,500 steps. Really not that consequential.
Are we out of breath?
Of course.
So middle-aged.
Yeah.
What did you start taking a week ago, Mike? A cholesterol med.
Yeah. And now I'm all backed up.
Okay. Well,
You want the real shit? I'll give you it.
Those people, gasping for breath, are Steph and her husband Mike, a graphic designer who just recently became a stay-at-home dad. Steph and Mike are in their 40s and have 2 kids, Iris, 10, and Harry, 6. They live in a picturesque small town on the central coast of California with a lot going for it, like a monarch butterfly sanctuary and a park called Lover's Point. Steph's mom and dad, Mo and Ellison, live there too, and they all spend a whole lot of time together. On any night of the week, Mo's hanging out at Steph's house, playing Legos with Harry, helping Iris organize her room for the 100th time, or prepping dinner.
What are you guys making?
Pancakes with cinnamon.
Dinner. It's dinner. It's dinner pancakes. Breakfast for dinner. How many pancakes are you going to make?
5.
Or 14.
Yeah.
Or 14.
Same.
You can never have too many pancakes.
You can never.
What I always say.
Depends on how big you want them to be, too.
Smells
Gooey and plump.
Gooey and plump.
But because of Ellison's Parkinson's, he isn't able to be as present in those everyday moments. Ellison, who's 81, has been living in a nearby nursing home for the past 2 years. Nearby as in Steph can wave to the building from her driveway.
Okay, let's go in and see Papa. Look who is showered and sitting in a chair.
It's like a real person.
Well, your granddaughter came to share something with you.
Oh, hi, baby. How are you?
I'm good.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises. What do you got there for me, sweetie?
I advanced.
You advanced.
Yeah.
She's in the next round
Really?
of the spelling bee.
Isn't that wonderful? Congratulations. That's
Starts right there.
I love that you're watching Bravo. When did this start?
I just was going through the channels.
This is what you should be watching. This is entertainment.
You might see parts of yourself in Steph, 2 kids, a demanding job, caring for an aging parent. It turns out more than half of all Americans in their 40s are part of what's known as the sandwich generation. This means they're squeezed between 2 generations, their kids and their parents. Being the go-to person for our aging parents is something Steph and I have in common, so we got on a video call to talk about it. Now, the world knows her as the queen of darkness and light, but I wanted to know how she saw herself.
It's so funny. Who am I to myself? The first thing that came in my mind was a mess. I'm a mess.
Same, lady, same.
I mean, it's like the queen of darkness and light. No, just trying to get through every moment of the day. Yeah, I'm a good juggler. I'm a good balancer. There's a lot of balls in the air at any given time. And Mike and I do a lot of negotiation around, well, I need to go here and you're taking Iris here and I'm taking Harry here. Mom, come in the house for 10 minutes. And I'll be right back. I got to run to the store. Harry, he has so many OT appointments. He has an OT appointment on Friday mornings. He has an OT appointment that he calls friend OT. That's like working on social skills. He has a swimming lesson on Thursday, which is also like part of his physicality. Iris, she's decided she is a woman of the stage. So now, she wants to do musical theater 2 different places and dance and singing and vocal lessons.
Yeah.
And we are a family, I think, that pedals in mutual adoration and fun and love. And a lot of stuff has been really heavy, I would say, over the last decade. But you don't get that vibe when you're in the room.
Right.
It's mostly laughter, jokes, voices, dancing, singing, lots of music. With my parents,
Yeah.
With my dad, I'm always worried and trying to make sure he's okay. And my mom is like finally coming out of a real darkness, I think, a real sense of loss of her son. And she's like, I'm going to get a tattoo that says, if not now, when? I'm like, go.
Yes, Mo, do it.
Do it. She's really thriving. And I love that for her. And my dad isn't. And I hate that for him.
In 2015, the family lost Steph's little brother, Harris Wittels, to a heroin overdose. Harris was already a successful comedian, and he was just 30 years old. Everyone grieved Harris in their own way. Steph wrote a book, and Mo started a support group in Houston where they used to live. But Ellison's grief was solitary, and it ate him up. 3 years later, Ellison started showing signs of Parkinson's, tremors, muscle stiffness, feeling off balance, symptoms that tend to get worse over time. And now, he's become wheelchair-bound and can barely stand on his own.
My dad was in pretty good health for somebody who lived life largely and how he wanted to for 75 years. I mean, he drank, he ate lots of red meat, he smoked. He was just like, I'm going to do whatever I want, whenever I want. And he was a doctor, you know? I mean, he was like, he was a good life of the party. He was a dancer. We would be at restaurants. He would steal desserts off the dessert sample tray. He would take musicians' violins and start playing them. I mean, he was like, you know, he was good at living his life in many ways. And then, boom, my brother died. He gets this diagnosis. He retires. All of these happened in such quick succession, and any one of those on their own is a risk factor for falling into depression. So anyway, the disease has really, I think in the last couple of years, I saw that it got worse. And then once he got into the care facility, I don't know, now he really is having trouble. He cannot walk. He cannot get up on his own. And he's been falling a lot. And every time he falls, he gets more scared to try to walk. So it immobilizes him more, and it's a vicious cycle. I was just talking to my dad, driving home, and he said that he fell out of the bed. He doesn't have his button to press for the nurse, so I'm glad I was on the phone because now I just did a sharp turn to come here. Holy shit, Dad! What happened?
I was talking to you and I rolled too far.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go get the nurse. Just hold on. Hi, my dad fell out of his bed. He's on the floor.
Who?
Dr. Wittels.
Oh, gosh, I was coming in to see him.
Yeah, he's...
What did you hear on the other line? What was going through your mind at that moment as you're racing to him?
He doesn't want to put anyone out. He doesn't want to be a burden. He doesn't want to...
He's you. Yeah. See how that works?
Pot, kettle. Yes.
Yes.
Check. But he fell out of bed, but it was the slowest, most like silent fall. And so he said, I just fell out of the bed. I was like, what? I said, Dad, press the button and get the nurse in there. I don't know where it is. So I just booked it, you know, ran up and you can hear on the thing, he's still making jokes.
Let's check your vital signs, Mr. Wittels, okay? And then what's his, 82 is the heart rate.
This is the best it's been in a long time.
Well, that's pathetic.
Well, I need to fall out of bed more.
No, you don't. You know you just wanted all these girls to come around and hang out. Isn't that, Mr. Wittels? Your dad is a delight.
What am I going to do now? What am I going to do?
Okay, we're going to try to get you out.
Most of the time. Yeah. I mean, it was sad. He fell in a really uncomfortable position on top of this table, and he had peed all over the floor when he fell. So he was just sitting there in it, and it's just really hard to see your dad that way.
For people in Steph's position and mine, you never forget the moments when reality starts to sink in. It's tough to see the person who taught you how to eat, walk, read, and write in such a vulnerable position. I so vividly remember similar moments with my own dad. One time he fell, like Ellison did. I turned my head for 1 second and my dad was busy trying to use his eating tray as a step stool to look out the window. But it cracked under his weight and he fell backwards. It was a gentle, tush-first landing, and because of his Alzheimer's, he didn't even know what was going on. But I was horrified. Now, instead of them guiding you through life, it's the other way around. You're mourning the relationship you used to have and coming to terms with the inevitability of a more permanent loss. That can take a lot of getting used to. But until that day, all we can do is show up and love our people with everything we've got, when it's easy and when it's tough, which is exactly what Steph does for her dad. We'll be back after the break.
The team wants me to ask you about your Parkinson's.
I don't have Parkinson's.
You don't have it? I mean, why are you lying on the microphone?
I have Parkinson's. Okay, I have Parkinson's.
What's the most frustrating part about it?
Not being able to move about as I want them.
Are you happy?
That's not the point.
The
point is to get through.
Are you content to get through what?
Whatever I'm trying to get through.
You're trying to get to the end.
Yeah.
How do you think that Parkinson's has affected our relationship?
Well, I think it's caused us to become less spontaneous.
Yeah, we can't go do stuff.
No.
That sucks.
That is the hardest.
I really hate you not being able to be with us.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I think that's the hardest part is being isolated.
Every few days, Steph visits her dad at the nursing home a couple of blocks from her house. Sometimes her kids Iris and Harry will join. There's a hot chocolate machine at the entrance of the nursing home that they adore. Other days, Ellison's wife Mo will visit. Mo has this great Southern accent and the kind of warm and open energy you just want to be around. Like Steph, she also lives down the street from the nursing home. Pretty soon, she'll even be moving into a unit in Steph's backyard. Adjusting to this lifestyle change has been hard on everyone, but imagine being in Mo's shoes. For over 40 years, she shared a home and a life with the person she loves. And Parkinson's is slowly chipping away at all of that.
He's not with us anymore, physically. He's not with us. One night in the middle of the night, I had to call Stephanie over because he was stiff and he couldn't get on or off the bed. And she came over and she said, "Mom, you gotta think about this now, putting him somewhere because you can't do it anymore."
And Mo listened. When Steph and Mike decided to trade their big city life in Houston, Texas, for the small town life in California, Mo and Ellison followed. The plan was to stay close together and find a nursing home that could take better care of Ellison as his Parkinson's worsened.
I can't tell you what it was like the first day that I brought him there with that suitcase. That's terrible to have to do that. But he was willing to go because he's, first of all, the nicest person you'd ever meet. And he felt like it was maybe killing me at that point, that it just was, I couldn't do it.
My dad, he was never gung-ho about it. I mean, he knew it made sense. Here's the thing. He's a logical, practical man. So he understood that he was too frail and required more care than she was able to give him. And also, he's so in love with her and wants nothing more than to be in her presence all the time.
Oh my gosh, that is so, the dichotomy
I know.
of that is crazy.
And my mom is like ripping her hair out. So it's really important to note, before we left, my dad was already really declining. He was spending all of his time in bed. And by the time we all got to California, things had really reached a fever pitch.
Yeah.
It was rough. And I think because I was there, seeing it and how bad it had all gotten, it felt like if we can get him into somewhere where he will have round-the-clock care with nurses who can come and help him when he falls, maybe this will help his quality of life. If my mom isn't badgering him to take his pills.
Yes.
Badgering him to take a shower. And I like,
Yeah. She was on edge. Mo was on
it
edge.
was tense.
She was, yeah.
It was real tense.
My vision of Ellison and I was he would retire and we would travel. We've taken some amazing trips together. That's gone. That was gone a long time ago. So I'm kind of like a married widow, honestly, because I am in nowhere land. I have a husband who I love dearly, but I can't really have a life other than, that. I can't. And it's just hard. It's just hard. I'm just lonely. I can't explain it any other way. It's a lonely situation.
There can be a lot of loneliness in being a caregiver. For Mo, this distance has a high price tag. Room and board plus all the care Ellison receives at the nursing home is over $7,000 a month. For the next 3 years, all of these costs are covered by a long-term care insurance plan that he and Mo bought back in the day. According to Steph, that's what grade A worrying will get you. Now, if you've already pulled out your phone to search how to buy long-term care, you should know that it's not so popular anymore because costs have skyrocketed and so have the scams. And these plans have an expiration date. Even though Ellison is covered for now, the family will have to think of a plan B once those 3 years are up. But even when you're trying to budget for next steps, there are so many other costs you couldn't have predicted. More on that after the break.
Okay. All right. Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling today?
Like usual.
Which is?
Not so good.
It's just it's just your baseline?
Baseline.
Just don't feel good?
No.
How does it feel to wake up every day and feel bad?
Used to it by now.
Any descriptors?
No, it's kind of bleak. Food's monotonous. The people are monotonous. It's all monotonous.
You don't like it here?
No. I mean, I can't really do anything. I can't go anywhere. Just what you expect when you get old.
How old are you?
I was trying to figure that whether I was 71 or 81. I can't figure it out.
Oh my God, Dad.
There's only 10 years difference.
You're 81.
I'm 81?
Yeah. 71.
Well, good try.
How do you like the staff here?
Staff is good. I like the staff.
Who do you like the most?
Jackie.
Your dad, I don't see him as a resident. I see him as I want to say my grandpa.
That's Nurse Jackie.
He's not comfortable with anyone.
I know.
And somehow he got comfortable with me and he started trusting me. And, sometimes your dad's my counselor. Or he's my Cupid. He'll, when we call 911, he'll look at a fiver and he'll be like, oh, that one, Yes.
When Jackie's working the night shift, she's doing it solo. So when Ellison falls, she has to call the fire department to help her lift him back into bed. That's when Ellison gets to play Cupid.
Did you like those firemen who came last night?
You see what I'm telling you? But yeah, I love your dad. He's one of my favorite residents here.
Did you like the firemen? Any of the firemen?
No. They were too old for me.
Dad, it was 3 a.m?
Yes, it was. Yeah, everybody loves you even though you give us a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
He's very, very stubborn. He doesn't like asking for help.
I know.
So.
Never have been in favor of asking for help. The trouble is, and I'm always worried. I'm worried about falling.
I know you are. I know.
So as a result, I don't walk as much, and because I don't walk as much, I have more risk of falling.
That's right. It's like a snake eating its own tail.
That's right.
So tell me this: once the decision's made, what was it like walking into the home with him for the first time and realizing this may be where he is forever? I mean, and again, I don't have kids, but I could imagine it's a little bit like taking your baby to first grade or kindergarten for the first time. Will they like it there? Will they find friends?
Yes.
Is it like that as we talk about a sandwich generation?
My gosh, yes. And it's like, look, Dad, there's bridge every Thursday. Dad, there's a library. You love to read, you know?
Yeah.
There's a piano happy hour happening. You like drinking, you know? I mean, it was just like, it was just trying to like make him feel good about it, you know? And like doing the tap dance and knowing full well that it wasn't going to be great.
Turns out Steph was right.
It's not okay. We're in it again. Here we go, starting over.
A little over a month after our conversation, things took a turn for the worse at the care facility, and Ellison's health started declining fast.
Socialization is such a part of health for the elderly population. They don't have that where my dad is right now. He is in his room, shut in by himself the entire day. And so I'm seeing not only like the care sort of decrease, but the entire sort of philosophy of the place is kind of flawed.
About a year ago, the facility was bought by a big corporation, and it's been making some pretty drastic changes. According to Steph, that includes changes to its resources and staff. And much of the staff aren't happy. Steph and Mo aren't happy either. They want to get Ellison out of there. So now they have to start the rigmarole of finding the right care home for Ellison all over again.
I get my balance, I adjust, and then I get sucked into quicksand again. And I'm like a gross compartmentalizer now. I mean, you just have to file it away and keep going. You can't think too hard about it because then you'll just break down, and who has the time for that? When you're in it, you're just putting one foot in front of the other and doing whatever you need to do to get through each day. But it's like the kind of hard keeps shifting, and raising small children and being in a marriage and having elderly parents. No one can say, I'm just living in the moment. You can't live in the moment. You cannot. Please show me how to be present. And that is something I struggle with constantly as a mother who is running a business and working constantly. Like how is any of this happening, you know?
How is it working? Yes.
And we get through the day and we all have dinner and we do bedtime and I get to see Mike and then I get to watch the stories for a little bit and then I fall asleep with the laptop open. Yeah, it's hard and also we're fine.
Yeah. You know what's interesting in hearing you tell the story of your family? You're unshakable. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I love about hearing about how you all show up for each other is that there's been so much tough stuff, but your determination to see this through to the end, I love it. And in that, I want to wrap up with something your brother Harris often would say. Mm-hmm. He would say, quit future tripping. You just have to deal with today. That's the best we can do. Those are words to live by. So how do you try to live by these great words that Harris said?
It's hard. It's really hard. I'm wired to future trip. And I feel like the last 10 years for me has been an exercise in like what you just said in a different way, which is I have proof that we have survived.
Yeah.
I have proof that we can make it through. I have proof that we can hold each other up. And if the worst thing happens, we will be okay.
Right.
And I'm just lucky. I mean, I have the best people in my family. I have to just like be present and look at Mike and look at my kids and look at my mom and look at my dad and just say, we're going to be all right.
I know Steph and her family are going to be all right. To me, this series is one small part of the larger cultural shift towards recognizing caregivers as the backbone of our country. Those who care make everything else possible. I also see it as part of a mental shift for me, personally. Back in April, my dad Omar fell again. This time, he broke his hip and had to spend months recovering in a nursing rehab facility, not in the comfort of our home. It's almost poetic that this shift happened when it did. I mean, my dad and I were being squeezed by life in the middle of recording a podcast that mirrors what this is all about. And just like Steph's family, we're not sure what's going to happen. But that's caregiving. It's messy and sacrificial and time-consuming and sometimes scary and unfair. And it's important to speak up about all of it, the hardships and the joys. And I just hope the more we shine a light on it, the more help we can get to face our country's crumbling, broken system of care. If you aren't angry yet, you just aren't paying attention. Because as I said earlier, it's gonna affect you too in some way, someday. But I'm also here to remind you that as tough as it all sounds, there's still a lot of hope. Over the next 7 episodes, we'll be listening to the realities of people who care in America at every stage of life. We have so much more to cover, but I gotta keep some of it in my back pocket. For now, keep those plates spinning, embrace the music of humor, and try to extend grace to yourself, honey. This is Squeezed. I'm your host, Yvette Nicole Brown. There's more Squeeze with Lemonada Premium. Subscribers get exclusive access to bonus content like previously unheard clips from all our voices in this series. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts. Squeezed is a Lemonada Media original. I'm your host, Yvette Nicole Brown. Crystal Genesis is our senior producer. Julia Yort, Tess Novotny, and Hannah Boomershine are our producers. Ivan Kurayev is our engineer. Our theme music is by Andy Kristen's daughter with additional music by APM Music. Jackie Danziger is our VP of Narrative Content. Executive producers are me, Yvette Nicole Brown, Jessica Cordova Kramer, and Stephanie Wittels Wachs. This show was created in partnership with the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, a leading national philanthropy dedicated to taking bold leaps to transform health in our lifetime and pave the way together to a future where health is no longer a privilege but a right. Follow Squeezed wherever you get your podcasts or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership.